Nice. Well, let's talk about something else that's in Mexico besides furries. El Chupacabra.
El Chupacabra. I went to Mexico and I legitimately looked for stuff there. We were in a taxi going to one of the resorts, and I probably looked like the stupid tourist, and I was like, have you ever? And then I asked about the El Chupacabra.
Did you say, I'm doing a podcast on this subject. Would you like to give an interview so I could use it on the podcast and pull out a microphone and be like, I'll record you?
I could have.
You
I'd
should
give
have.
you 10 pesos.
That's not enough.
I'll let you into my country.
Whoa.
And give you 10 pesos.
And kick you out.
Legitimately, we did leave like 3 people in Mexico. Because like once the gangway goes up,
Yeah.
you're on your own.
That's wild.
That's another reason why I don't want to go, because that would happen to me.
Mm.
And I don't know how you would fix that.
You got to fly back. But usually your passport
You
is
gotta
on.
fly. You just start flapping your arms. Fly.
But either way,
That'll be a headache.
I asked him about it, and he's like, "Oh yeah, he comes at night," like the typical tourist.
Yeah,
answer.
he's just like, I'm just gonna tell him something. Just
I want
to
a good
satisfy
tip.
The guy.
He gave me the answer that got him a $5 tip,
Yeah.
which is like double in their money. So I was like, okay, whatever. But I was looking for stuff, and they have like little trinkets and different things supposed to be looking like it. And for anybody who doesn't know, this is like one of the most well-known cryptids. First popped up in Puerto Rico, then Mexico, and then some other Latin countries.
U.S.
Yes. Came in illegally, but
Probably on a truck.
yeah.
Slid underneath that fence.
But there's a lot of people that say it's just coyotes with mange, dogs with mange, or El Chupacabra. If you want to believe in that,
The goat's doing it to himself.
yeah. If you don't know, El Chupacabra means goat sucker, and they treat the legend loosely as it's basically a vampire dog or vampire type rodent, depending on who you talk to. It has different sizes. But more recently, what ticked me off was as soon as I saw that there was quote unquote sightings in Texas, we get on the boat and there's no internet on the boat, so I couldn't really see it.
There's sightings in Texas, and you get on the boat, and there's none on the boat.
There's none on the boat.
Should have been there.
Should have brought your goat. Maybe it would have shown up.
Should have gotten there quicker.
The way, like I did some research just watching on how people try to catch them. It's very much like the scene in Jurassic Park where they put the goat on the thing.
That's funny.
Like they literally tie a goat up in the field, and it's just bait. It's just like, all right.
And then the
they-
T-Rex comes out and
and they're like, that's not the Chupacabra. Get another one. But the idea is like during the Mexican Day of the Dead, the Puerto Ricans have their own style. They will put a goat out there to keep it away because it's attracted to death, and people say that they see it near death.
So why would you put a live goat out there if it's attracted to death?
To keep it away from you.
it's like a
Like if somebody-
sacrifice over here. Stay away from me.
Yeah, if someone in your family has died during the time until you bury them, you put a goat out in the field. You leave it.
Talk
If it
about
dies, it dies.
talk about a scapegoat. Aha. That's supposed to be.
But do we have that on here? I
Yes,
thought we did.
we do.
Just hit all the buttons.
There we go. The last one. All right, settle down there. Oh my! But So I tried to do a little research while I was there, just in the local shops and whatnot, and everybody just gives you the same stupid answer. But the legend,
It's like us going to Washington or Oregon. Have you ever seen Bigfoot?
I have. Have you ever seen a John Lee?
No. Have you ever seen a Chupacabra?
So what really kicked it off was when I was doing some research in the early 2000s. This is in Texas. This is not like another country's story. In the 2000s, an El Chupacabra was sighted in Texas, and they finally got DNA of the guy. The guy meaning the Chupacabra. And they took it into a local veterinarian, and the veterinarian said they had to send it off to get the DNA test to see what it was. They sent it off, and they said, "This is a coyote." And the guy came back and said, "Nope, you're wrong." And he went to another place and had it third-party tested on his own, and they confirmed that they couldn't find a match within the animal kingdom for known animals. So that's where things kind of kicked off.
Did they check the unknown animal section?
They did not.
Might be in. That's their problem. I think I've seen a picture of that thing, and it was ugly.
Yes, it's very ugly. It's almost like a hairless,
Yeah.
or mostly hairless. But once he found the blood from it, because he said he tried to shoot it with a shotgun, so he probably peppered up whatever it was and bled. His livestock started going missing, and he would go try to look for them out on the plains, and he would find that the bodies were almost always drained of blood. That's the part where like the legend becomes a little more real, if you want to say it, because I don't know anything that in 24 hours is going to drain the blood out of a full grown cow or goat or sheep or whatever.
That's a lot of gallons in a cow.
Yeah.
That's a lot of gallons.
Well,
How many gallons are in a cow?
About a cow. About a cow's worth of gallons. About an udder's worth.
No, more than that.
Oh.
So we just start measuring our liquids. And I need a cow's worth of gallons.
Cow's worth of milk.
So you guys know how they have these hunts down in Texas where you can hunt wild boars with like thermals and stuff like that.
Yeah.
In 2024, near the border by El Paso, there was like a group of 6 or 7 guys that all had thermals. They were all looking at the same stuff. They were basically on a ridge looking down, waiting for pigs because they had baited down there with corn and food and just
Corn and food.
corn
So-
and food.
so
I
corn
hate
is a-
corn, dude.
Do you?
Yes.
Get that corn out of my face.
Yes.
You hate corn and you hate macaroni and cheese.
Corn by itself. If you put corn in something else,
What if you put corn in macaroni and cheese?
dude,
It's good.
I'm done. They had this group of guys. They're looking down, waiting for the boars to come in. They see something that looks like a coyote on the thermals in their scopes. It's running, and they see that it runs past the canyon, goes down into another one. For some reason, it somehow herded a calf off by itself, and they were like, okay, we're going to take a couple shots at this thing just because it's going after a calf. They said that one guy shot, and they thought that they hit it because it kind of scurried off, half limping, it looked like. And this is all guys are looking at the same thing, so they all agree this is what happened.
Mm-hmm.
They figured, okay, we're just going to stay here. He obviously took the shot, hit the thing. The calf is going to be able to get away. There's no way this thing's going to keep up with it. Well, they finished their hog hunt. They decided they're going to go check out what it was because they knew where it went, or the direction that it went. When they went out, the calf was found dead. And again, there was a small puddle of blood. And there was like basically what we would consider like the vampire holes, but
3 dots.
but all over it.
Huh.
Like
Usually it's
in
just like
different-
in one spot.
Yeah.
Whatever.
Like it was in different spots.
Oh.
But only a certain amount of holes, I think it was like 3 or 4, had blood, and that was where the blood was, like where it had leaked out. They never found what they shot or the coyote that they thought they shot. So that's been going around. Everybody thinks that's El Chupacabra because the calf was taken in to be examined because they're like, we don't know what killed this thing. We want to see if it's got diseases because obviously there was other cows there and everything. So right now, yes, it's been 2 years since then, but everybody's kind of been on the rise of like looking for this thing. That's where I want to ask you guys if you guys know of anything in the animal kingdom that can siphon out blood like that.
So what it is they took coyotes and put them through the alien breeding program and then just dumped them off in Puerto Rico and Mexico.
I wish it was as easy as that.
That's why it looked like it was that to one group because it partially is, and the other group said, no, it's not anything we know because it's half alien.
There's nothing.
Vampire bats?
Yes, however, the way they're, number one, they're a couple inches long.
Yeah.
Number two, they have a chemical within their saliva that doesn't allow the blood to clot.
Right.
So it just makes it continue to.
They're the ones that they make the incision and then multiple of them go to the same thing so that the animal doesn't get spooked up, basically. Yeah.
And they'll just feed until.
They're like a mammal parasite.
Yeah, until they get full. And then once they get full, they fly off. And then that wound continues to bleed for a while after. And eventually it clots up.
Yeah.
Once that saliva is out of its system. There's not many animals that solely feed on blood because it's not very nutritious, believe it or not. There's very little nutrients to it. And so that's why the vampire bats are so small because
not a lot to support there.
Yeah. So there's not. That's pretty much the only animal that I know of. I know that there's probably more, obviously. If there's one, there's more. But that's the only animal that I know of that feeds on blood.
Yeah.
Solely.
The only other theory that I had was maybe there's some type of insect or something.
Could be.
But like I don't know. Government.
Who knows, man? The government, they are crooked in every way possible. We've talked about government experiments on here before.
Yeah.
I mean, just a couple episodes ago, Plum Island, right?
Yeah.
Did you see your comment about that?
Oh yeah.
Did I see my comment about that?
It was a comment. What was basically directed to you.
He was a hater.
Someone commented like, "Yeah, no, you're wrong."
Bet. I probably am. I probably am, but I'm not.
Yeah.
No, I don't know. Yeah, I don't know what he's saying I'm wrong about, though.
The disease was existed
Started
before
at
Plum Island. That you got the name of the place wrong. So there were like 3 things they corrected or said. Well, they corrected the place and then said like 2 things you were wrong about or something, and they sounded very dismissive and like they weren't a fan.
Well, you know,
They sub though.
I just found the information on the internet, so
Everything you guys see on the internet is true.
yeah.
I'm calling you out for being wrong, Andrew.
I could be.
This is your chance to make it right.
Well, that's the information that I got, and I'm sticking to it.
Speaking of all that type of thing, is fact checking going away?
No, not until Trump's out of office.
It'll be soon.
So anyway,
They got to fact check Trump on everything he says.
yeah. Oh, okay. So anyway,
Once it's them, fact checking doesn't. You don't stop. Once it's them, fact checking doesn't. You don't stop.
it's gone.
My idea on it is a skinwalker of some sort.
My idea is that it's actually just a guy in a suit and he's got a little knife. He's going.
Leaving no blood.
It's Edward Scissorhands walking around here.
Well, you said it's government. They have like special knives.
Bunch of needles all at once.
3
3.
typically. The
Yeah.
the one that happened 2024 was like a new recruit didn't know how to do it. He got shot. First of
the
all,
job.
he got shot. He was spotted by 6 people and 3 holes. 3 holes, man.
He
Probably-
panicked. He's like, I gotta get this done. I don't know, man. Sometimes, you get these local legends and then something happens and it just happens to line up somewhat.
Yeah.
And then it gets attributed and then you're stuck with, it's the truth, it's the truth. And I'm like,
I do think there's a good chance that there's some random creature
oh yeah.
that we just
Especially in I think there's more creatures in the US that we haven't discovered. So let's start with that. But especially in countries where the technology and the population isn't spread out as well, and they're more primitive, I should say, or not more primitive, but less developed than us.
I don't think it's a demon though.
I don't think it is either.
I don't know.
It's something. I don't know what it is, but it's something.
And it could just be deranged coyotes.
So that's the most plausible to me. They got mange, they got rabies or something. Don't know about the blood thing. I can't explain that one. Like, why would you leave that little bit of blood?
It's the U.S. government. They see it happen, and they're like, we could get people looking at this.
Yeah.
So they go behind the coyote and drain it and say it was him.